Hi Prof, my name is Cheng Kang. Now I'm going to present my Assignment 2 report. So in our Marine Chalet Resort project, namely Grandin Morit Resort, we aim to target our resort in a fun-filled vacation that can find the relaxing gateway to fulfill the customer need. To say that our resort is a high standard of services that shoot for every single of the customers seeking relaxing, comfortable, and memorable experience in every aspect of their stay. This can be explained by the evidence in which our resort is a healthy lifestyle resort that have less population around the area in order to provide a more peaceful and comfortable place for customers to relax. As providing of the satisfaction is our number one commitment, the objective of the project are committed to our guests. We deliver 100% of guest satisfaction when they are in our resort. And the next one is committed to our shareholder. We deliver high return on the investment. And the last one is committed to our employee. We train and give them the support to work towards the accomplish of the company goal. In every aspect of the resort, our objective is protecting and enhancing the environment and minimizing the waste, energy, and water usage. We will invite the customer to participate in our effort to increase our environmental goals. So next is the technique of value management. The technique that we choose for value management is the fast diagram, as the fast diagram are known to be one of the most powerful in breaking the current paradigm of analyzing a project operation. It is a component system that shows the basic relationship between each function and show explicitly what the system will do. When creating a fast diagram, the question how and why need to be asked. In the fast diagram of all function that lies on the critical path must be take place to accomplish the basic function. So based on our Marine Chalet Resort project, a fast diagram is made to define the basic function and the secondary function of the architectural work. It analyzed through the value engineering as shown in the diagram. The fast diagram help us to classify the relationship between the function and determining the categories of this function. So next is the tools of value management. For our Marine Chalet Resort project, we are using periodizing matrix and evaluation matrix. And periodizing matrix is a table that ranks the idea of the project in order of importance by using the predefined criteria and weighting. It is adopted in our project to measure the importance of various factors that pertaining to the item used for construction. So below is the table and the diagram of the periodizing matrix. So next is the evaluation matrix. It is a table used to evaluate a number of options against periodized criteria available that pertaining to the particular item used in our project. The options are against a number of design criteria that pertaining to our resort. Before the evaluation is made, the design criteria are prioritized by using the periodizing matrix as mentioned above. So based on our result, there is one example that using periodizing matrix and evaluation matrix, which is the selection of material used for jetty. In selecting the material for Grandin Morit Resort, our VM team study is conducted using the periodizing matrix and evaluation matrix that might provide a better clear value to the project. As you can see in the diagram, the various factors shows in the table that involved in the project. So in the evaluation matrix, the two ideas for the material used in jetty is concrete and wood. At the end, the result shows that concrete is chosen instead of wood as maintenance cost is also considered. So next is the process of the value management. The process of value management is involved and start with the information phase, followed by function analyze phase, creative phase, evaluation phase, development phase, and end by the recommendation phase. So the information phase, This is the first phase to develop a comprehensive understanding of the project and proposal in values engineering. The relevant information pertaining to the project, such as the project profile and the design, should be obtained in this phase. So next is the function analyze phase. It is an important part of value management and require more comprehensive understanding of the project to reach the item detail. It can be done by analyzing the component of the system under the study or the knowledge of basic and secondary function of such item. So following is the creative phase. This is the phase where the team member to propose more idea of each function with discussion and assessment. Such alternative proposal can be the material. However, it needs to accommodate the function identified through the fast diagram in order to reach the goal for the basic function of the item. And the initial cost, maintenance cost, and quality of the material should be taken into account as consideration in choosing. So the in evaluation phase, the idea that determined during the creative phase should be then analyzed, examined, and evaluated by the value management team. The alternative ideas are chosen based on the evaluation metrics and to be recommended for the implementation. The chosen ideas are basically based on the estimated interest rate and the duration of the building age. And next is the development phase. The idea that analyzed and evaluated are technically developed in this phase by the professional team. This stage include the acquisition of the proposal, final approval, and the ease of the implementation. The chosen idea are to support the value management proposal recommendation. And last is the recommendation phase. The participants agree on the finding and suggestion flowing from the study in this phase, and it identifies the step required to keep the project on track and to reach the key milestone. Each recommendation must be checked against the previously defined goal. And next is the technique of the risk management. Uh, we use risk management framework in our marine shelled resort project, as risk management framework acts as a guideline to identify the potential risks that might face in the project and propose a strategy to eliminate the impact of the risk. Normally, a risk management framework involves three stages, which are risk identification, risk analysis, and risk response. Risk identification is the stage for recognize the cause and the impact of threat toward the project, and analysis is the stage for rating the severity of risk, basically with 5 levels of the severity as shown in the table below. And the last one is the risk response. It is the stage for identifying the solution in order to solve the risk for the risk management team. So based on our project, these are the risk management framework that we produce. So the next is the tools used in risk management for our marine shelled resort project is the SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. It acts as a tool to identify the risk in the risk management practice and makes a critical decision that related to the planning. It normally aids the project team in identifying the project risk. So based on our project, the strength is the large flexibility area available in the project area and the ideal location to allow the connection. So, and the weakness is our resort have the limited services and inexperienced management. The opportunity include the high investment needed and the labor personnel. And the threat we face is the multiple direct and indirect rival, and we require higher fixed costs. And the next is the risk management process, it including the identifying, analyzing, evaluating, treating, and monitoring. First is identifying the risk. To identify the risk that the project is exposed to the environment, there are a lot of risks might be arise, and it required to identify as much as possible in our project. And the next is analyzing the risk. After identifying the risk, it need to be analyzed. It is important to assess the risk scope, the relation between risk and various factors within the company is also important to consider. It is important to see how many business functions the risk affect in order to assess the severity and seriousness of the risk, and followed by the evaluation of risk. Depending on the severity of the risk, most risk management solutions include various categories of risk. A risk that can cause any inconvenience is rated low. The highest is rated for risk that may result in catastrophic loss. And next is treating the risk. The risk is need to remove as much as possible by engaging with the expert to which risk the belonging. All the relevant stakeholders may be sent the alert from the system in a risk management approach. The risk management should keep a close eyes on the suggested idea from the discussion regarding to the risk solution and the progress being made from the system. And last is monitoring the risk. Risk is always need to be monitored, as not every risk can be eliminated. There are some risks that always present. Hence, the professional must keep a close eyes on the risk factor in order to reduce the risk. The risk management system can monitor the entire risk framework of the company. If there is any risk, it will immediately visible, and proper monitoring in risk will allow the business to ensure continuity. So, followed by the next part is the risk of supply chain faced by the project. A supply chain is recognized as an entire system for the production and distribution of a project or services from the beginning stage of the raw material manufacturing process to the final delivery of the product or services to the end user. It can also be categorized as the strategic and systematic balancing of commercial activity of company, and the use of the process between the commercial activity to improve the performance of long-term business. The risk in supply chain of construction project, including the fluctuation in price, change in interest rate, shortage of material, and unexpected changes in demand. So the first one, fluctuation in price, it is known as the most critical risk. As it is generally suggested that the contractor and supplier needed to be more concerned about the change in price than any other issue. This is because the major price fluctuation in the construction industry include the changes in the price of the goods and services, the movement in the relative price of input. Such changes in price could be attributed to general price inflation. So the next one is the change in interest rate. In the supply chain, the changes in interest rate are a significant concern matter. For example, a very high rise in interest rate over a short period of time. Almost every building project is pre-financed with bank loan that are influenced by interest rate. The interest rate are thus determined by the amount of interest charged on the bank loan. And the next one is the shortage of material. It means that stakeholder believe a shortage of material will affect the capacity of the supply chain to deliver client satisfaction. This is because the project development is stopped by a shortage of material that creates substantial project delay. If there is a single and unified organization or company responsible for the delivery of essential raw material to the business, this risk is most likely to be higher. Normally, business tend to choose individual supplier based on the supplier previous experience or because of the close relationship. And the last one is the unexpected changes in demand, a risk that uncertainty affect the performance of the supply chain and relate to the predictability of product demand is an unexpected change in demand. This may occur due to the availability of substitute product or due to the change in customer taste. It will affect the contractor, particularly those firms offering high cost product, in the sense that they will have to write off inventory when a month slow down. And the last topic is the supply chain management incorporating the total quality management. So in supply chain management, there are 6 total quality management factors that related to the supply chain performance, which are the leadership, strategy planning, human resources management, supply quality, and customer focus. So, for leadership, it is the obligation of top management to provide support, commitment, and take responsibility for quality. It is important in order to direct operation, solve cultural challenge, and handle human resources that vary between the firm along the supply chain as business transition into supply chain quality control. And the next is strategy planning. It includes the establish of a specific goal, a long-term approach, and a long-term and short-term goal. Top management is responsible for creating supply chain linkage that can have a positive effect on production with regard to supply chain quality management and for bridging the distance between the different layers of the enterprise with regard to their quality requirement. And next, the human resources management relies on the use of quality instrument and method by cross-functional department within supply chain quality management, such as the quality and procurement team. Best quality control strategy in the supply chain show the need of a collaborative society between buyer and supplier. Cross-internal coordination and collaboration. In the future, the education and empowerment activity are expected to grow in magnitude. And the next is the supplier quality management. The current trend in it is the method of the procurement and assessment of supplier that facilitate long-term partnership with a few eligible supplier capable of meeting the requisition and quality specification. Buyers should provide supplier with the requirement education and technological assistance by performance assessment that provide appropriate quality metrics. And the last one is the customer focus. It reflects the dedication to customer through success assessment that involve customer satisfaction and customer engagement in the system of design and feedback. The consistency of the product design is greatly influenced by the favorable or negative relationship between buyer and supplier. So that's all for my assignment 2 presentation. Thank you.